Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
Four wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut. Believe it or not, although we're still in the middle of January, the countdown to March and the Michigan High School Championships are on. Both these teams want to get back to USA Hockey Arena. Both of these teams won state championships last year. High school hockey in our great state doesn't get much better than this. Defending champs in D2, Flint Powers against defending champions in Division III, Orchard Lake, St. Mary's. Welcome, Buff, high above ringside here in Flint. With Ben Holden, I'm Evan Stockton, and Ben, this is a really fun matchup. Obviously, two defending state champions, but you got one team in Flint Powers that is hitting their stride. They're crushing everybody, and for Orchard Lake St. Mary's, it feels like they're still rounding into form right now.
Yeah, they are, and unfortunately for St. Mary's, they're without one of the best players in the state in Thad Rainey. She's going to be out for a little bit longer, but we're going to focus on the guys that are here today. And for St. Mary's, Charlie Roberts is a player to watch. Love his game. Brian Clano told us before the game, he said he's one of those 200-foot guys. He does it in all three zones. On the back end for them, Diesel Carrera is a 4-year guy. He quarterbacks their power play. He's got offensive flair. He's got good point numbers and totals this year. He can beat you physically, too. On the other side, I love Aiden Cook.
Yeah.
This kid is one of the very best high school players this state has seen in a long time. He's fifth in the state in points. He's unreal. He reminds me of Cole Caulfield, if you follow the NHL, a young man that played college hockey at Wisconsin. They've got Parker Bendahl. They've got Owen Perry. That might be the best line in all of the state of Michigan. They're a tough team to beat.
Really exciting for us to always cover Flint Powers, the great history that they have. Finally got over the hump, won a state title a couple of years ago, and they are rolling. And yes, St. Mary's as well. They got back over the hump, won their first state championship since 2008. I think right now they're quietly optimistic about where this team can get to in 6 weeks.
Oh, I don't think there's any question about that. Brian's got a really good hockey team. He's had good teams all these years he's been there. He's been there a long time. And so does Travis Perry. Both these guys have been at their schools for over 20 years. They know how to coach. They know how to get these young men to play better and play as a unit, play as a team, and they help them ultimately too, Evan, as you and I know what's so important, becoming better young men.
Let's hit a break. Come on back here from both coaches and get your puck drop. Flint Powers and Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
Four wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut. St. Mary's getting introduced. They're in the familiar red with the white M splashed right in the middle of those familiar jerseys. St. Mary's coming off a win on Thursday against Trenton, 10-2. They were supposed to play that game Wednesday, but Mother Nature had other plans. So they played that game Thursday, and St. Mary's ended up beating Trenton. You know, before we start this hockey game, Ben, we have to talk about the weekend that Flint Powers had up north.
Yeah.
My goodness, were they good in Traverse City last weekend.
Yeah, they were, and Travis Perry said to you and I when we had a chance to talk to him the other day, he said in 20 years, those might be the two best games they put together. They scored 9 against Livonia Stevenson. They shut out Escanaba 8-0. They are rolling.
Now it's time for our national anthem, and we have a special performance of today's national anthem here at 801 Sports Complex in Flint.
At this time, we ask that you please remain standing for the national anthem today, sung by Tommy Malone.
In the Blue stars shining so bright, stars through the perilous sky. O'er the ramparts we watched, birds of deadly stream. And the rockets were glad, the bombs were singing out. They flew through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Who needs Karen Newman when you can just get Tali Bellotti to sing the national anthem?
That's
Freddie's
right.
sister. Freddie plays on Flint Powers, and his sister just did an awesome job with our anthem. How about that?
That's great, man. I love it. This place is buzzing, man. There's no heat in this barn. I mean, most hockey rinks have a little bit of heat, but this is hockey, man. This is awesome. First time in here. We'll be back here on Wednesday, too. But what a great turnout, Evan. This is going to be an awesome hockey game. And this is really going to tell both these teams. We'll hear from Travis Perry in the intermission, both coaches. We talked to him pregame. But he said to you and I when we talked, he said, this is the biggest game, the best team we played this year. And on the other side, the St. Mary's Eaglets, they've had some big tests. They looked so good in their win the other night against Trent. They demolished them 10-2. Everything went right. Can they keep that going here on the road against Powers today?
As we just opened the broadcast talking about, believe it or not, that countdown to USA Hockey Arena and the first weekend in March when they'll crown state champions in Michigan high school hockey is on. It's 6 weeks away. St. Mary's won Division III last year. Flint Powers won Division II last year.
Yep.
These are two of the best high school hockey programs in Michigan every year. Every time we get to watch them, it's a treat. And this could be, by the end of the afternoon, one of the best high school hockey games we'll watch all year. St. Mary's in the red, Flint Powers in the old school cream.
Love it.
And off we go. Watch out for that top line all night long for Flint Powers. Headlined by Aiden Cook, who is easily one of the better high school hockey players we've seen in the last decade in Michigan. And we get a whistle right away at the blue line as Gavin Vorwerk for Flint Powers, his bucket's already off.
Yeah, and he's a player. Good look at some of the physical play early on. Charlie Roberts mentioned him a moment ago in our open. He's going to be around the puck on both sides all day. He's gritty. He plays in all three zones. And Gavin Van Voorwerk, who you mentioned, he's a guy that Travis Perry told you and I, he's an under-the-radar guy, but he's putting up points, and he does all kinds of good things for him.
Coach's kid, Owen Perry, fed the slot. Nobody was home. This allows St. Mary's to get back up the ice and dump it deep with the senior captain, Matthew Morad. Matthew's one of those 3-year varsity guys that St. Mary's seems to churn out with regularity.
Yep.
Ben just talked about it. No Thad Rainish for St. Mary's tonight. And Flint Powers in the odd man rush. That puck is loose and swung to space. Julian Myers shot blocked. This feels like the type of St. Mary's game they got to be hard checking to stop this potent Powers offense.
Yeah, the pace, and how about that hit out? Open ice hit there by John Brown, just flattened Perry. There's a lot of intensity out there early on. There is all kinds of energy between these two, Evan.
You will recognize names on both of these teams, and Hunter Clark just made a real nice save on a big, juicy rebound in front. The only tendy that Powers has got, Hunter Clark, just made a real nice save with the left shoulder.
Yeah, a little emphatic flash of the leather, and like the shot there, and then he loses it, but he finds it. And Orchard Lake St. Mary's doing what you need to do, get to the paint, putting pressure on him.
Wrist shot blocked, waffling wide left. Emmett Pilch there to get it. Another returner from last year's state championship team. And we have another helmet that comes off. This time it's Ethan Haley's helmet who comes off.
I'm telling you, man, that we're what, 30 feet from the rink, and the energy is electric, man. This feels like a playoff game already, Evan. That's the second time that's happened.
Well, you know, when these types of programs get to play one another, of course this is a measuring stick game.
Yep.
And both coaching staffs admitted to us, you know, this is not like the old days of high school athletics. Heck, even 10, 15 years ago, where you'd kind of know the other team, not really. All these guys play travel together. They all follow each other on Instagram. Everybody knows everybody these days.
Well, when we talked to Brian pregame, I said, every game matters, right? You were standing right there. Again, we'll run those interviews in the intermission, and he got a smile on his face. I said, this one's a little bit bigger, and he agreed.
Andon Harwood, recent joiner to the Flint Powers team defensively. Watch out for him, number 5 in the corner. Big 6'3" senior. He's trying to play juniors in Canada. Didn't quite work out. That is a heck of an addition for them down the stretch.
It sure is, Evan. He's going off the ice now. Number 5, 6'3", 210. He is a big rig. Played 30 games in the Ontario Hockey League Development League. He was on the team the previous 2 years here, and that's a massive add for Travis Perry.
You know, by the time this season's over, he easily could be one of the better defensemen in Michigan.
Yep.
Got to defend here. Odd man rush. Slot shot rising high. Good look for Charlie Roberts.
Oh, Charlie Roberts, who had a big game the other day. He's got 17 snipes on the season, went high glove and didn't miss by much.
Puck waffles its way out to neutral ice. St. Mary's gets it over the red and dumps it deep again with Morad. Again, no Thad Rainish for them today. In front, tipped home. That was Dominic Pizzo, who may have gotten a piece in front. It would be goal number 8 for Dom this year. And it's a 1-0 St. Mary's lead early in Flint.
And he's a player that Brian Clano told us. He said he's a guy that's under the radar for our team. He's come back to play here for St. Mary's. Just a simple play. Just a backhander, getting on top of the paint. Great stick, great tip, and an awesome start for St. Mary's on the road.
And Ben, you've already talked about the energy that is in this rink. Sometimes when you're the road team, I don't know if St. Mary's can be correctly categorized as an underdog today, but still, you're a road team coming in to play a hot Powers team. To take some juice out of the building early, that's really impressive.
Yeah, and there he is in the middle of your screen. And Brian told us, he said, this young man, Pizzo, he said every day after school he would sit and watch practice. He was a Honey Baked player in travel, and he always said he wanted to play for him, or play for their school and play for Brian. And it's awesome to hear those stories. You and I both were, our high school careers were the extent of our playing careers. But playing hockey in this state, to me, it's a heck of an honor to play for your school and your colors. Great for him, and a great big goal to start the game for the Eaglets.
And really important for the health of high school hockey here in Michigan to get guys like Dominic Pizzo playing for their high school.
You're right.
So give him the goal and give St. Mary's the 1-0 lead. A team that's coming in with confidence. Beat Trenton 10-2 earlier this week. Cam Sussex in the corner. Tangled up with a Powers defender. Puck rolling its way down the ice. And they don't call icing. They wave it off. Ooh, hard checking forecheck here. Turnover. Loose puck. Shot blocked. Owen Perry. What a hit in front. And a shot going high and wide from Parker Bendel.
He's one of 3 players on this line. All 3 of them average 3 points a game. Are you kidding me? That's ridiculous. They got to be big today.
And it all started with that tough forecheck from Owen, creating that opportunity. Puck loose at center. Smack toward the center logo and into the Powers defensive zone. Brandon Condrat sent it deep. One of the new guys to the St. Mary's team this year. Very talented sophomore, wearing number 7. Puck rolls down the ice, couldn't be kept in. Again, Avery Cook after the puck. Arm is up. And let's see who they call that on.
Just called it offside there.
They call it offside?
Yeah, it's offside there, so.
All right, so they'll take the puck and the face-off to center ice as you get a look at one of the finest high school hockey coaches in Michigan, Travis Perry, 20 seasons, a boatload of wins, and trying to win another state championship.
And congrats to Travis. I know he'd downplay it like any good coach would do, but he won his 400th game on Wednesday in his career, and what a remarkable job he's doing and has done with his program. Just incredible. Just they produce high caliber players, high caliber young men.
Program that finally got over the hump, won that first state title in 2023. Powers had made the state championship game 7 times, but never won it.
Crazy.
And finally got one a couple of years ago.
You know, that's persistence, man. And Travis was a player here, and so you know how much it means to him. He's a heart and soul guy here with their program. I want to see Powers get a little more connected here. They've only had really one good opportunity in the O-zone here, in my opinion, so far in this game.
Full work after it. Diesel Carrera beautifully skates away from him. He is a remarkably talented blue liner for the Eaglets.
He really is. He can do it all, and he's going to need to be big here today.
Beebe, nice stretch pass to center. Stevens into the zone with speed. Passing left. Slot shot blocked. Eaglets pick it up at center. They'll dash ahead with speed, and Cam Sussex. He twirls. He shoots. And we're going to get a penalty here. It's on Powers in St. Mary's, already up 1-0. About to go to the first man advantage of the afternoon.
Yeah, and I love the speed that St. Mary's used here to create all this. They carry that puck in. They've been really, really tidy in their entries and getting into the zone. And, yeah, you see the frustration there from Beebe. But all that started by Cam Sussex there. 5'10", 170 pounds, and the speed just kept going and forced them back onto their heels. So we'll see what the Eaglets can do here with the first power play in the game.
This is a Flint Powers team that has won 4 straight games by a combined score of 41-2.
Yeah.
Last weekend in Traverse City, they beat Livonia Stevenson and Escanaba 17-1, the combined score.
Yep.
This is a totally different start to this hockey game. Strong start on the kill for Powers.
Well, Diesel Carrera is the guy we talked about. There's their power play unit there. He's got it on his blade, and this young man, you and I, Evan, I think have been doing their games for 3, maybe 4 years, and it's great to see these young guys develop and keep going, and he's really become a complete defenseman for the Eaglets.
Haven't set up shop in this power play yet. 40 seconds gone. Carrera will kickstart this breakout. He is a one-man breakout when he gets those shoulders turned.
Yep.
Again, a turnover. And right now it's easy pickings for Powers on the kill.
It is, and their penalty kill's been dynamite. I mean, their power play, they're shorthanded now, but their power play is 35.5%, but their PK is a robust 88.5%. That's going to win you a lot of games, and looks like they're going to put Cook back out there, Aiden Cook, who, for all he does scoring, 28 and 28 for 56. This kid's got 5 shorthanded goals, too.
This is a mistake for St. Mary's. They just got called for too many men on the ice.
Yep. 4 on 4.
For them, that's a disaster on the power play. A power play that yielded no opportunities.
Yep.
And then when Power sends the puck down the ice, you get clipped for too many men. That's a huge mistake.
A lot of room out there now.
Big shot, and it's swallowed by Thomas Reber. It's been nearly an equal split in the net this year between Thomas Reber and John Ward. St. Mary's really does like 34 in between the pipes, though. Yeah,
they do, and Ward got the nod in the Trenton game the other day on Thursday. Reber came in about 100 minutes ahead of him, but yeah, for the most part, a split. He's 7-1. Couple of shutouts on the season. He's been really solid. Will Keene, a former goaltender, doing really well playing in the USHL for the Muskegon Lumberjacks. He's going to have a shot to play in college.
Keene was picked up in the USHL kind of as an afterthought, and he's become one of the better goaltenders in that league so far. Credit to him.
Yeah, I saw a list the other day of the most sought after. That's going to be an interference call there.
That's on Daniel Ramos.
Yep.
And in about a minute of game action, we've gone from St. Mary's power play to Flint Powers 4-on-3 power play coming up.
Yeah, I like the aggressive nature by Ramos, but that's a little too much. If we get a look at it, you'll see. I mean, it could have been an elbow, but it's certainly an interference call there as he just wiped out Whitman Park. And a little bit too much. And these kids are amped up, man.
Opportunity for Powers, Ben, to strike right back, and Thomas Reber is going to have to make some stops, it looks like.
Yeah, sorry there, Evan, but you can't cross the line. You got to play disciplined. Here's that 35.5% power play now.
And with a lot of open ice, passing left, just missed Cook. Watch out for 16.
He can wire the puck.
He's passing in between Perry's skates. Owen's got it back. Owen Perry delays. Owen Perry skates, passes, shot, Reber save, and that's going to be a high stick. Finally, Powers plays it, but Meyer played it with a high stick, and Thomas Reber just made a real nice save for St. Mary's.
He did, and this is a critical point in this opening period here now for St. Mary's. You got 48 seconds to go in the first penalty, 1:22 in the other, but there's that stop by Reber, and that's Cook. I mean, this kid, I was so blown away watching him. We did their game earlier at Clarkson. I mean, he's got a release that you won't see by many players in this state. He can absolutely fire it, and if you give him a second, he's going to burn you most times.
All right, here we go. This may be the best offensive hockey team in high school in Michigan, and they got a 5-on-3. They're walking in front, score! Owen Perry's backhand is home, and we're tied.
Well, Aiden Cook's 5th in the state. That young man, Perry, is 10th in the state in points, and he deposits his 16th goal of the season into the net. That's his 3rd on the power play, and it didn't really look like much. We'll see it as he comes in here. He just kind of little short side, little flick, and that is one certainly that the goaltender Reber would like to have back, but a great look there, and Perry, just a smart play, get it at the goalie, and that thing finds the back of the net.
You know, watching that replay, Ben, I honestly wonder if Thomas Reber was expecting wrist shot, and then he got the change up on the little backhand there.
He did, and how about Aiden Cook at center, gets the puck in, drills a St. Mary's player. Now St. Mary's takes another penalty, and it looks like Carrera's going to go off for a cross check.
I mean, we talked in the first few minutes of this period about how this wanted to be a hard checking game from the St. Mary's standpoint, but there's a difference between hard checking and having a lot of guys in the penalty box.
Yeah, right now they're crossing that line I mentioned, and they've just got to be smarter. I mean, you've got to be smarter and more disciplined. So, yeah, 2 in there again. So you got 49, barring any other penalties, of a 5-on-3 again here. I mean, you're playing with fire. I mean, here's the play. And just an awkward position there for Gavin Van Voorwerk. And he goes down, and Carrera's in the bin.
Back to work. Passing and missing the man in front, Voorwerk. An offense that can explode like a stick of dynamite at any time. St. Mary's can breathe and change bodies as the puck is out to center. Quick recycle with Owen Perry. Drop pass. Pitch and catch with Cook. Perry missed a bunch of bodies over there, and St. Mary's catches a break.
Yeah, they were looking for Bendall there. You won't see that miscue very often. They still got 10 seconds here in the 5-on-3.
Dashing into the offensive zone with Meyer. How about Julian Meyer? To the forehand. Reber made the save. Puck still loose. Oh, he sprawled like Dominic Hasek. Passing left. Big save again. Thomas Reber standing on his head.
What a stop. That might be the save of the game. Mark that down.
I don't even know if Thomas Reber knows who Dominic Hasek is, but he just looked like him flopping in the crease.
Yeah, I'm going to guess probably not. He wasn't born, but he might with YouTube.
There is still time, and a lot of it, on now a 5-on-4 power play for Powers. If St. Mary's can get out of all this penalty kill with just 1 goal allowed, that's pretty darn good.
Yeah, that's a win for sure. There's no doubt about it. They got half a minute to go in this one, and they get Carrera back, but that's plenty of time for Powers here.
Ethan Haley strides into the zone. Backhanding one in front, sticked away. They get the extra bodies to the puck as Haley vacates to his blue line spot. Ethan holds the zone and wrists one, and it's tipped aside. Knuckleball back in front and clear.
Yeah, that'll pretty much do it. Dying seconds here, and the big rig Harwood back there as they come back up looking for Cook.
We're back to full strength. St. Mary's playing it in front, score! Just like that, Daniel Ramos, who took one of those penalties, has given St. Mary's the lead.
That is impressive. And again, another one of those players that Brian talked with us about coming to this team and really elevating his game. Just a strong move here. Uses that edge there to cut his way to the top of the paint. Great patience there. And just gets it by the outstretched leg there of Hunter Clark, and that's massive for St. Mary's, now leading 2-1.
A team that had to kill off multiple 5-on-3s. And if you're Flint Powers, you're thinking, how in the world are we down in a first period like this?
Yeah. Well, Reber's got the answer to that. What's the old adage? Your goaltender's got to be your best penalty killer, and he was.
Bodies tangled up in that corner. Matt Castro, the senior defender, one of the men in there for Powers. They come in 14-3. St. Mary's 12-4. This could be 2-on-1. St. Mary's. Nice back check by Ramos, the guy who just scored. Still after it in that corner. Taken away by Flint Powers. To the slot. Shot. Reber. Save. Massimino had the look for Powers, and Reber made another good stop. Izzo got tangled up in the corner, and we get another whistle.
Another penalty. Back referee calling it.
We've had a parade of men to the box in this frantic first period. St. Mary's with the lead, and they're about to go back to the man advantage.
Yeah, both these teams came in, Evan, averaging, let's just call it 12 minutes a game in penalties. St. Mary's is already there. This penalty's not on them. They're close. But yeah, I certainly these coaches are going to say to these guys, you got to try to just reel it in a little bit, but the intensity's really high in this game.
St. Mary's trying to make it a 2-goal lead. They won the face-off, and Matthew Boyda swung it around the roulette wheel. Back to Boyda, left point. Saucer pass, Roberts. Shot sticked away by Clark. Boyda holds the zone. Walks the blue and passes to Roberts. Charlie's shot rising high and wide. Ramos played it back up the wall. Condrat fighting for it. Powers can't clear. Still plenty of time to go in this power play. Only 40 seconds gone. Powers has yet to clear the zone on the kill. Roberts popped it along that wall. Charlie's got it back. Charlie, Roberts shot. Save Clark. Roberts has got it again.
Oh.
That shot blocked by Cook. Third try going high and wide. Boyda with a nice tangle. Boyda with a spin. Boyda with a shot high. Ramos holds the zone. What sustained pressure. Tipped in front wide. The bodies for the Killers have got to be exhausted, and now they can get them off the ice. Wow. Oh, my goodness.
What a sequence. And for all we talk about Aiden Cook and his offensive abilities, he did something there that tells you all you need to know about him. He's sacrificing, getting in front of slap shots, blocking shots.
Pilch pass tipped. Harwood passing ahead. Chase Stevens. Shot. Reber save. That was Owen Perry who took the shot, and Reber will freeze here, as we all have got to take a breath after a wild 146 to start this power play.
What a pace in this game. I mean, I think this game's on pace to end up 6-5 the way it's going. Both these goalies are going to be tested all day, and what a great job by that penalty kill unit of Powers. Just bullets flying everywhere, and they're 14 seconds away from getting the kill here with a ozone draw here. That's big for them.
Hunter Clark just had to do some strong work. Blue line shot blocked. Follow up. Save Reber. Back into the zone comes St. Mary's. To the slot. Shot blocked. Played to space right. Top of the circle. Shot blocked again. You got to credit Powers right now, Ben, for getting bodies in front of these St. Mary's shots.
No, it takes guts, man. These kids can fire it. Great job by them. That's a huge kill with 3.5 to go, and they're down 1 here. We'll see how they close out the final 3.
A wild first period between a couple of defending state champions. St. Mary's D3, Powers D2. And a lot of people think they're going to be back at USA Hockey Arena in 6 weeks. This is an icing on St. Mary's.
Yeah, it wouldn't shock me one bit. Both these teams are really solid from top to bottom. And Hunter Clark, you talked about him earlier. Just 28 goals against coming into this game here today. He's given up 2, a 1.64 save percentage, right where you want to see it at 9-10. 14-3-0. He's got 4 shutouts. Obviously won't get one today, but he's been the backbone of this team defensively for Travis Perry and the Chargers.
A Powers team that is so explosive offensively just hasn't had a ton of sustained ozone time. Their one goal came very quickly on a 5-on-3.
Yeah, they're averaging 7 goals a game. St. Mary's at 5.5.
Here they come into the zone.
Look
Nice
out.
pass in front, wheeling behind the net. Didn't quite have that angle to pull the trigger with Roberts. Bodies careening into the near corner. Held at that blue line by Ramos, and now down the ice. This will be icing, but friendly reminder for you, you'll see this a lot in high school hockey in Michigan. You can change on an icing. So often teams will just get an ice so they can get their bodies on.
Yeah, it's a good point, and great defensive play back there. It was a really good stick on that last rush by St. Mary's from Michael Foskett, a freshman. And, you know, it's not like they got one freshman. They got a handful of freshmen on this team, and this is a play right here I'm talking about. That's a good play to force him out. He couldn't keep coming toward the goalie. That's something that'll go unnoticed in the box, but it doesn't go unnoticed in my eyes. Big play.
Big shot. Another save by Clark. Morad had a good look. High slot. Another turnover. Morad passing deep. Puck rolls behind the net. Nifty little move to skate away. Turnaround shot goes wide. Boyda had the drive. They throw it back in front. Morad's stick was lifted. Aiden Cook on the go. Aiden Cook in front. Oh, how'd he almost score? If he scored on that, that would have been on all the highlight shows tonight.
That was ridiculous. He and Carrera got quite a battle going. Carrera just took it down in that far corner.
And now we have some pushing and shoving on the near side of the ice. Play was essentially stopped for 10 seconds because Cook and Carrera were tangled up.
Cook's on a mission, man. He's ticked right now. He gave Carrera a pretty hard two-handed whack in the leg, and man, what a competitor. We're going to talk to him. I got to head down there in about a minute.
I'm still shaking my head at that move Aiden Cook had just to put the shot on that. That was silliness. A minute to go. In the slot. Shot! Score! John Brown, the definition of a wicked wrister.
This is incredibly impressive by St. Mary's. 3 goals on the road here with a minute left here to take a 2-goal lead. They have come to play today, and Brown, that long reach, just got some space and whipped it home for the 3rd goal here in the game for St. Mary's.
You know, there was a little bit of a screen here, too. Julian Meyer was in front of Hunter Clark. I wonder how much that Powers netminder could see it. But that was a heck of a wrist shot from John Brown. His 3rd goal of the season. It's his first full season on the St. Mary's varsity team. He was playing on their varsity B team, the white team last season. Good pass ahead. Back into the zone. Shot save Clark. Dominic Pizzo almost had number 2 in the first. All of a sudden, Flint Powers is just trying to get to the dressing room, only being down 2. Flint Powers, a team that's red hot, a team that's won 4 in a row, scoring 41 goals in those 4 games. They're got to get bailed out. St. Mary's penalty here. Maybe their best all-around player, Charlie Roberts, cannot believe he's going to the box. Number 3 in red and white's going to sit. I mean, Charlie's looking around, but that's a penalty. That is a stick in between the skates. So about 13 seconds to go in the period. Of course, this power play for Powers will extend into the second period if they don't score. Parker Bendel wins the faceoff. Cook with room. Threw it in front line. One last gasp. Long shot. Save. Rebound. Loose. In front. Going wide. And a heck of a first period is over. Bodies are tangled up again. They're trying to separate them down there. Gavin Forwork is the Powers player entangled with an eaglet. From the minute this game began, from the minute they dropped the first puck, it has been the definition of intense. The defending D2 champs Powers, the defending D3 champs St. Mary's. And it's St. Mary's who has made this early statement. You probably saw it at the end of that replay. It all started when Cook gave a little bit of a forearm shiver / cross check. And now they're going to have to figure all of this out. After a first period where St. Mary's got goals from John Brown, Dominic Pizzo, and Daniel Ramos, Owen Perry's goal 5-on-3 is the only Powers goal that they have. They thought they were going to get to walk into the second period with a power play, but after that fracas at the end of the first period, it's yet to be determined what the start of the second will look like. Travis Perry trying to sort all of this out. Really looking forward to this challenge today. Both of these coaches were ready to test themselves as that march to state championship weekend 6 weeks from now truly begins. This is one of those hockey games where whoever wins it, the whole state will be giving them love for a little bit, and whoever loses it, they'll be wondering what happened. Long way to go, but right now St. Mary's has made the statement. 3-1 lead after 17 minutes here in Flint on a Saturday afternoon. Travis Perry, 20 seasons as the head man for Powers, 400 career wins, a couple of state championships, including one last year. All right, now they're in a dogfight. Flint Powers star Aiden Cook was in the middle of everything in that first period, and the captain for Powers is standing by with Ben.
All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Go.
What a first period. I mean, this game is intense. Two things that stood out for you. Blocking shots on the penalty kill. You do that regularly. I love that about your game. What a chance you had to score. Where did you really put that in, man? Just put into words what this
Oh, Jesus Christ, I hope not.
Obviously, we knew that coming into the game, but we also know that we have to so we're trying to stay out of that too many times where it's not power play, but they're going to come hopefully.
Yeah, I would think that some of the conversations, you got to play physical. You can't cross the line. I don't know about doing that in a game like that.
Can't hear Ben, you can only hear Sherby. Second period starting soon. Flint Powers down 3-1. They were scheduled to go into that second period on a power play, but with everything that happened at the end of the first, we'll have to sort it out. That was a heck of a first period, and we still got 2 more to watch. How lucky are we? Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
4 wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut. Follow the prep on social media. We're on TikTok, X, Instagram, Facebook, and right here on our YouTube. And you can also be a part of our sponsorship team as well. Contact us today, info@theprepsports.com. Parents Changing Spaces is a locally owned, free senior living referral and placement service. They help families who have loved ones that can no longer independently care for themselves find a place to live. They work with families across Southeast Michigan to find all types of senior housing, including assisted living, memory care, and residential care homes. In addition, if your loved one is in need of some assistance but not yet ready to make a move, they can provide guidance and resources for in-care home givers, physical and occupational therapy, transportation, and much more. Parents Changing Spaces service is complimentary and of no charge to you. Give them a call today, 844-772-7368, to learn how they can help your family.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Back in Flint, heck of a hockey game going on. Defending D2 champs Powers in a hole at the end of the first. The defending Division III state champion, Orchard Lake St. Mary's, with a 3-1 lead after 17 minutes of hockey. You know, these broadcasts here on the Prep could not be possible without our proud sponsors, and we want to thank Ideal Shield, one of our proud presenting sponsors of this high-level hockey broadcast here today. Officially established in 1997, Ideal Shield is a minority-owned and family-operated company headquartered in Detroit, a leader in facility maintenance and protection products. They're home to the original bumper post sleeve, the strongest industrial guardrail on the market, the top-selling plastic sign-based system, and a wide variety of safety handrail systems. Their patented line of products save time, money, and maintenance by eliminating the need to paint. They continue to be the industry leader in facility maintenance solutions with a long list of acclaimed products that also includes bollard covers, sign bases, handrail, both standard and custom guardrail systems, dock door protection goal posts, column wraps, clearance bars, and a whole heck of a lot more. With hundreds of systems available in a variety of systems and colors, they continually meet the needs of any customer. Since the beginning, their mission has been to provide innovative solutions, superior quality, and excellent customer service. It's paid off in big ways. They've sold over 6 million bollard covers since 1999, making Ideal Shield the true leader in bollard covers. Located in Southwest Detroit with 5 manufacturing plants, including a 75,000 square foot production facility and a vast distribution network throughout the United States, Ideal Shield's product line is proudly made in America and readily available for quick shipping. Flint Powers down 3-1 to St. Mary's after one period. At least 2 more to go between defending Division II champion Flint Powers and defending III Division champion Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Second period starts soon.
If you are looking for a life-changing workout experience, look no further than Pure Barre Novi. We are proud to help you achieve your fitness goals while joining a vibrant, supportive community that is over 300 women strong. Our classes are designed to strengthen and tone your entire body, and our teachers can help provide modifications for any fitness level. Find out more right now by calling 248-596 0002, visiting our website, following us on social media, or by coming to our studio right on Grand River Avenue in Novi. We can't wait to see you and help you achieve your fitness goals.
We are the MHSAA, a collection of 750 high schools and 750 middle schools, from Temperance to Copper Harbor, from New Buffalo to Alpena. Each year, more than 250,000 students play one of our 28 sports. More than 1.5 million fans attend our postseason games. There are 30,000 coaches and 8,000 officials, not to mention all of the volunteers. The MHSAA believes in the 4 S's. School sports should be safe and kept in the appropriate scope. We believe nothing beats great sportsmanship, and that scholarship in the classroom is more important than excellence on the field or court. Most of all, we believe school sports should be fun. So come out and join us at a game. Support your school, support your community, and come see what the excitement is all about.
(3-1) Orchard Lake St. Mary's over Flint Powers as we approach the start of the second period. Evan Stockton, Ben Holden alongside the rest of our crew here at 801 Sports Complex in Flint. Wherever you're watching, however you're doing it, thanks for making us a part of your very busy sports Saturday. All right, so looking back on the highlights in that first period, St. Mary's got right off the jump and scored the first goal of the game. A couple of minutes into the hockey game, they get a puck tipped in, and then they started going back and forth. St. Mary's feeling good about things. Their head coach, Brian Klenow, is standing by with Ben.
Brian, what a hockey game this has been. Long way to go, but one period in the books. You guys are on top 2 here. What stood out about your team, and why are you in this position?
Just skating well, working hard, and I think we're out working them. They're a fast team, though. They're strong. I mean, we got a couple breaks, and we were able to take advantage of them.
You got a little time to kill off. What was the message to your team? I know you don't want guys crossing the edge. What do you say to your guys to try to get the penalty count down a little bit here?
I mean, we just need to be disciplined. That's one of our big icons that we're trying to focus on this year, and we've done a good job. I mean, you got to be able to protect yourself too. So
yeah, no, I get it. And the way you guys have played, I mean, this is a really strong push you've had here in the first. What's got to continue on in the second?
Yeah, we just need to keep pushing, like you said, and bury our chances and take advantage of the mistakes that they make.
Thanks, Brian. We'll let you get back to work. Appreciate it. All right. Evan, back up to you. I'll see you in a minute. Man, this game has been incredible so far. Can't wait for the second to get going here.
Yeah, it's going to be fascinating to see what the start of the second period looks like. Because remember, Flint Powers is supposed to start the period on a power play, but there was all that pushing and shoving going on at the end of the first period. So we will see who's on a man advantage, what's going on as we approach the start of the second period here in just a few minutes. Again, we want to thank all our sponsors involved in making sure this broadcast is possible today, including that when it comes to insuring young drivers, high premiums shouldn't be the only option. Somer helps families manage the rising cost of adding teen and young drivers without sacrificing coverage. By shopping multiple top-rated carriers, you can find discounts and smart strategies that significantly lower your premium. Before you accept a high renewal, get a second opinion. Call or text Somer Bashi today for a quick policy review. And his information is on the screen right now. As we were talking about highlights from that first period, St. Mary's, Ben, gets right off to it. They get a shot tipped in the first couple of minutes to make it a 1-0 game. You know, I thought it was fascinating what Brian Klenow just told you, St. Mary's coach. Yeah. He's like, I think we're just flat kind of working harder than Flint Powers is right now.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. Yeah. I think this Powers team has got more to show, and, you know, what a job they've done. And that was a beautiful play by Perry. But the pace, the push that St. Mary's had in that first period, man, I'm really impressed. This is my first time seeing them live this year, but they're coming, and Aiden Cook there, unfortunately we didn't hear him, but I can tell you kind of what he echoed to me. He said, look, we just got to keep doing what we do. They've got to be a little bit more smarter too. And not so much in the penalty standpoint, but I think for them, the puck management and some of those things, they can be a little tighter. And this is a really good team. There's a lot of game left here, man. And You got a minute 48 of a power play for Powers to begin the period, and so they need to come out and pop one in here to get right back into it.
Well, you know what I keep thinking about as well in terms of St. Mary's taking Flint Powers out of their game, and you talk about Flint Powers getting back to what they're used to. Powers all season long may have the best offense in high school hockey in Michigan. If they don't, it's top 5, right? You can put them with Howell, Heartland, Catholic Central, whoever you want. But this happens at every level of hockey, where a team with a great offense plays another team and they go, we're just going to check them hard. We're going to, muck it up with them after the whistle, and we're going to take them out of their game.
Yeah.
I think Flint Powers wants to find their identity again to start this period, and if they do have a power play to continue into the second period, that's a great opportunity for them to do that.
Yeah, it really is. And, Hunter Clark, he's been faced with a barrage of shots. You see the profile for Flint Powers, and Brian Ralston, man, what a player he was. Played for Jeff Jackson up at Lake State, and unbelievable pro career, but just a great career and a great program here. And, just everything that Travis Perry does, it's first class, and it's with a purpose, and there's a process. You hear that in sports all the time. So looks like we're going to start 4-on-4 here.
Yeah, because of what happened at the end of the first period, where one of the Powers players, it looked like Gavin Forwork at the end of the first period, got tangled up with a St. Mary's player. And you don't want to be too blunt about it, but that's a gigantic mistake for Powers. Now you don't have that power play anymore.
Yeah, they're sorting things out over there. And see Brian Planow there talking to the linesman there. And so we'll let them sort this out. But as it stands now, Roberts is in the box for St. Mary's for another 148. But yeah, that was a bit of a melee. I was waiting down there in the corner and had a front row seat of all that. And both teams have got to be smart. You don't want guys getting hurt in these situations. There's always a risk of injury in this sport, but you don't want guys getting hurt for after the whistle kind of garbage. So it's a 2-minute penalty, Evan.
Ben just talked to Brian Planow, who's got the resume. 27 years at St. Mary's, boatload of wins, just added another state championship to the mantle. And right now, he's happy his team escaped Powers' power play to start the second period. We will go 4-on-4 for 148. On the scoreboard right now, they say that it's a 4-minute Powers penalty.
Wow.
So St. Mary's at some point is going to have a power play for a real long time. That's a gigantic thing that just happened at the end of the first.
That's massive, yep. So 4-on-4 for 100 seconds, barring any other penalties.
Point shot was blocked. Follow-up goes wide. Bouncy boards like the Joe, and it squirted its way to the high slot.
Like the Joe, I love that.
Out to neutralize it comes.
They were like sponges in that barn.
The amount of times that Nick Lidstrom would play that big bounce perfectly, and Tomas Holmstrom would be right there in front.
That's why you see pro and college and junior teams and even high school teams, they'll go into a rink and they'll try out the kick plate and some of the dasher. If they haven't played in there, look out.
Active stick. Owen Perry's after it. Spinning away. Diesel Carrera got back defensively. Aiden Cook sandwiched in the corner. Man, he just took a hard hit back there.
And then he just gave it back. He and Carrera, keep an eye on that. He just chopped him in the back of the leg, and that's going to go on all afternoon here, I think.
And in Harwood into the offensive zone. Harwood pass. Cook shot. Oh, my goodness, that thing had smoke on it.
That is electric, that release. That's what I talked about earlier. That's got to hit the net. That's how quick this kid can shoot the puck. Electric mitts, an absolute laser of a release. I mean, watch how quick this thing's off his stick. Going high block and just missed it, but man, what a player he is. So fun to watch. 28-28 on the season.
Harwood shot blocked. Follow-up try wide. Parker Pendle had to follow up. That shot from Aiden Cook was so fast. We showed it in slow-mo, and it looked like it was normal speed.
It did.
15 seconds to go, 4-on-4, and then St. Mary's is going to get an extended power play of about 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Again, there was a Powers power play scheduled to start the second period until a double minor penalty on Powers at the end of the first. St. Mary's now officially on that power play. They've already scored on the man advantage. Matthew Morad sticked it wide. Took a couple of whacks in that corner as St. Mary's sets up shop on another man advantage. Jacob Hughes passing left. Does the lead grow to 3? Hughes pass. Active power sticks, take it away. This is a 2-on-1 shorthanded rush. Active stick by St. Mary's. Well done, Ramos. Turnaround in the slot. Sent high and wide. Julian Meyer after the puck. Powers now getting men to the puck. Trying to kill off this St. Mary's extended power play. Tired Matthew Morad off on a change. Matthew Boyda looking left. Peels back with still over a minute to go on a St. Mary's power play that hasn't yielded a ton of chances yet. Roberts begins again. Up the wall it comes and backhanded into the offensive zone. Powers gets men to behind the net. Cannot clear the zone. Still 40 seconds to go. St. Mary's power play. Boyda in front, sticked wide. And it's out of play. This faceoff will remain in the Powers defensive zone.
It's about the only real chance they've had. And a great stick from Conrad there, who nearly got that one to go. But again, Powers 88% on the PK. That's a solid number. Anytime those special teams are north of 100 combined, and they're well north of that, they're about 120, close to it between the power play and the PK. And good job to keep them outside of here with 30 to go in it.
Shot tipped wide. Morad off the bar! Did it go in? They say no! The entire section room for St. Mary's thought it was in, but Hunter Clark just got help from his best friend.
Sure did.
One last rush for St. Mary's on the power play. Drop pass shot high and wide. Emmett Pilch, a rising drive over the crossbar. St. Mary's with some great shots.
That's a missile. I mean, here's that chance right there in tight previously. And yeah, they all thought that was home, but it was not. And that's a big turn of events right there. If Powers can get out of this, 8 seconds to go, then they can try to get this track meet, so to speak, going with their offense and try to play north-south and get it inside the O-zone.
Bleeding seconds of the power play. Missed Carrera, found far side. Wrist shot swallowed by Clark. We are back to full strength, and maybe that's the little bit of momentum that Powers needed.
It might be. I mean, you know, you always talk about the momentum on the power play, whether it's the power play or the penalty kill.
Right.
I think you can equally get as much momentum from a big PK as you can a big power play. So, yeah, I'd like to see both these teams in a 5-on-5 setting. We've had a lot of penalties in this game. Doesn't take away from the game, but I think these two teams, 5-on-5, are as good as any two in the state.
Recycle at center ice. Dominic Pizzo, shot tipped wide. Man, that Pizzo and Morad line has made noise. Back down deep they go. And another St. Mary's goal! Charlie Roberts in tight. 4-1 St. Mary's.
That is a ridiculous power move from Charlie Roberts, averaging nearly 2 points a game. Came through big for his team the other day, and that's just filthy and tight. Big, strong move there, 6 foot, 180 pounds. Roof job from Roberts there, and that's a ridiculous goal to make it 4-1.
From the moment they dropped the first puck, St. Mary's has brought this fight to Powers. A team that has won 4 in a row, scoring 41 combined goals in those games.
Yep.
This is something, Ben, they are not used to. They have the firepower to come back, but St. Mary's has a stranglehold on this hockey game right now.
No, they're not, and my math is right. I believe it is. They've only had one one-goal game all year. So this is certainly foreign territory for them, to your point, Evan. They're not used to being down. However, the 3 games they've lost have all been at home. Right now, they're not in a good position with a lot of game left.
They're going to have a breakaway here. It's Owen Perry. Score! That man has mitts of silk. His second goal today.
Sure does. That's a beautiful, beautiful finish. Aiden Cook alert. You'll see that Perry just slips in behind. And a heads-up pass there. He gets in behind the last 2 back and some shimmy of those wrists. Forehand, backhand. Great look at it there, and that one is home. 2 in the game, and they're chipping away. Now a 2-goal game again.
One of the first things you learn when you're playing hockey is that minute after someone scores is huge. If you're scored, don't give up a goal. Powers got the goal they needed right back.
Yep, the response is huge, and that's a massive response for the Chargers here on home ice.
You know, Ben was talking about those losses they've had. They haven't lost to slouches this year.
No.
Harland and Howell, who may be the top 2 teams in the state.
Yep.
Obviously, Catholic Central has something to say about that.
Yep.
But, and then University Liggett, which is no slouch this year at all.
Yep.
Maybe Travis Perry is going to learn a lot about his team. His son Owen has already had a heck of a hockey game.
Look out.
Breakaway on the other end. Matthew Boyda. Oh, big stop, Clark! Hunter Clark, what a save!
Made that early first period save with a big flash of leather, and this one equally as big to keep this game more manageable than it would have been, and then gone to 5-2, and just another great job of the trapper there, getting the glove on that, and a great look here from ice level. Great patience from Clark, didn't flinch, stood tall for Travis Perry and Flint Powers.
Got an offensive zone face-off after the St. Mary's ice. Eaglet defender Lucas Coombe had it taken away.
Ooh.
And then intercepted by Diesel Carrera.
Great read.
Oh, he strides ahead with speed. Pizzo lost the puck.
Meyer with a great stick.
Already a goal apiece in this second period. Charlie Roberts for St. Mary's and Owen Perry for Flint Powers. The defending champs in Division II and Division III have played a heck of a hockey game so far.
I said 6-5 earlier, Evan. This might be more like 7-6.
If you expected a low-scoring game,
forget it.
You are watching the wrong hockey game.
As they say, are you not entertained? What a tilt this has been.
Long shot. Clark makes the save on Matthew Morad. And Morad took a hard hit after this shot.
See Clark there. Good job by Clark. Very active in there, talking to his teammates, and they're letting him see pucks, and that's what any goalie wants, right? You want to see the puck, and great job, and get a look at the resume for Travis Perry. Again, congrats to him. 400th win on Wednesday. He'd completely downplay it. We know him not well enough. Any coach would, but got to give him a shout-out in year 20. And if you get a chance, go on Instagram, go on Twitter. Evan and I both got videos out on there of their locker room, man. It is impressive stuff. What a facility they've got here.
I mean, they got bubble hockey in there. They got ping pong. They got like a 60-inch flat screen, man. It's pretty darn good.
I could not believe when I walked in there, and really impressive. And the guys were great. I haven't seen them earlier this year. And I said to a few of them, I said, you guys realize how good you got it, right? And they said, oh, yeah. I mean, this is very rare for a high school program, but they've earned it here with this long-time program they've had here, one of the very best in the state. It's great to see for these young kids.
Still over half this second period to go. St. Mary's has never trailed in this game. Team that's coming in with juice.
Yep.
Beat Trenton 10-2 on Thursday.
That's no joke.
No. Trenton's season has gone funky after a great start, but still, anytime you beat Trenton by that score, people are going to notice.
Yeah, I mean, I think they started 8-0, then they dropped 7 in a row, and then they won a couple, and then they get smoked on the road Thursday in that game at St. Mary's. So still a really good team. Chad Clemens, really good coach, and that's as proud of a program as any in the state.
Trent and Catholic Central will play their traditional rivalry game later this week.
Yeah, we got a doubleheader on Wednesday. You're there, I'm here.
The home for high school hockey in Michigan, the Prep. Yep. And we had a couple of guys.
Yep.
Yeah, for St. Mary's, Joseph Shellide was tangled up with Sam Beebe, and they're just going to send them both.
And that's smart, because if we can show you back to where it all started in that far corner in the end to our left, they were chopping and jawing and shoving and going back and forth. And I don't think this part of this game is going to go away. These two teams are so intense, so much to prove for both of them. They both want to win this game so badly. And it really started back in the far corner, the corner to our left here, Evan. It's where it started, came all the way out through the zone. And then, take them both, sit them down, get them off the ice. Right call by the officials.
And we will stay 5-on-5 as well.
Yep. I mean, look, I'm all for special teams, man, but I want to see these two teams. I want to see these two teams play 5-on-5 with the skill and the full complement here.
Race for the puck. No ice. Parker Bendel after it as that top line is out there for Powers. Perry, Bendel, and Cook. Michael Foskett, the talented freshman blue liner, bumped in the corner. Charlie Roberts took it away. Now Matthew Morad plays it back to the blue line. St. Mary's swings it left. They've got room yet again. Tough angle shot, stick to side. Eaglets turn back forehand. Back to the blue line. Roberts shot into the mesh. Ben, I keep going back to what Brian Klenow, the head coach for St. Mary's, told you before the game.
Mm-hmm.
Every game's important, but of course this one means a little more. St. Mary's, frankly, has played this entire game like it means a little bit more.
I would agree with that. I think they've had a little bit more intensity. Yeah, they got some penalty issues in that opening period, but they found a way to battle through. And, again, there's a lot of time left here, and this is a very, very good hockey team they're facing. But, it's going to come down to that, I think, in the end. Who really wants it more in the end?
Owen Perry took it away in front, and now he dashes into the zone. Perry's shot. Save made. Reber. Matt Castor sends it out of play.
Nice catch at the end of the bench there by one of the coaches over there for Flint Powers, right into his hands over there. And, these two teams they're so loaded. They're deep. They got great goaltending. You always talk about teams building from the net out. And I think an underrated player on the power side is this Julian Meyer. I mean, he's made some great plays defensively. 28 points, 4 goals, 24 assists. Thing I like about him, he's only got 6 penalty minutes this year. He's smart. He's disciplined back there for Travis Perry and his team.
Charlie Roberts just missed Emmett Pilch. Pilch took it away in the corner. And then Powers got the extra bodies there with Julian Meyer. Smacks it off the high glass. Perry lets it roll. Diesel Carrera. Ooh. Oh, big hit. But Powers has the puck in the O-zone. Meyer briefly held the zone and then played it down with his left glove. What play?
That's Meyer.
Aiden Cook drop pass. Another good feed, and Bendel sent it wide. That's the setup from this top line. Cook just careened into Reber, the goalie for St. Mary's.
Yep.
Cook is all over the place in this game.
Yeah, Parker Bendel's another player. I mean, this kid has 40 points on the year. There's the look there from behind the goal, and he's got 17 and 23, 5-game winners. He really hasn't had a lot of looks. I only recall really going through one replay of him in the first period. I think they need to get him more involved with his line mate there, Cook, and of course Perry. But Bendel's a really dangerous player too.
2-on-1 for St. Mary's. Condrat on the left, passing right. Oh, they missed Condrat. Boyda tried to feed it back to him on the 2-on-1.
That's a case where you got to be a little selfish, right? Shoot that thing.
Sometimes the extra pass is not needed.
Correct.
Condrat gets a reprieve. Played back in front and sent wide. Oh. Condrat is all over the ice right now.
Oh.
Big number 7 stepping away.
Harwood just smoked him in the corner.
Tipped in front. Save made. Loose puck going wide. Another penalty coming up. It's going to be on Powers.
Yep.
Someone got tripped in front. Roberts shot wide. Hughes stepping away. Ramos shot blocked. And now Powers will touch it up.
Yeah, we'll get the penalty call here. We look back here at everything going on in front. Right there was the penalty, and it's going to be Whitman Park that sits. And just one of those stick penalties in front of your net, but another massive chance here for the Eaglets to go back up by 3 here. Can this PK that's right around 89% do the job again for Powers?
Remember what's already happened in this period. Powers had to start essentially the second period with a 2+ minute power play for St. Mary's that they staved off. St. Mary's only goal in this power play came even strength.
Yeah.
And now they're going to have to do it again.
They will. And St. Mary's, I got to tell you, man, they look really good in this game. They really do. I know the score would indicate that, but they seem really connected, Evan. Passes are good. I love the way they're coming into the zone. Their entries have been outstanding. The way they're getting to the net, they're getting traffic in front of the goaltender, Hunter Clark. They're doing all those things, and they look really good here so far in this hockey game. This is a huge opportunity for them.
So far in this second period, St. Mary's outshooting Powers 8-3.
Yeah.
Have the stat making sure we're on top of everything. And in that first period, although St. Mary's led the hockey game 3-1, the shot battle was even at 11.
Yep.
St. Mary's on the power play. Loose puck, off the post. Cam Sussex wrung that left post. Carrera shot tipped. Excellent stick lift by Bendel. Ahead it comes to Perry. Perry passing and missing Cook.
And this Powers team is dangerous shorthanded.
Pass in front, swatted aside. Yeah, my eyes don't deceive me. This is 5-on-5 hockey.
Yeah.
And St. Mary's ices the puck. Interesting.
Yes. See this top line of Flint Powers get out there and stay out there for a little bit. Perry and Cook and Bendel. See what they can get going here on this shift. They've got to get going here in this game. I mean, I know Perry's got 2 goals, but 5-on-5, they got to do something here in my book.
It's a game where we haven't gotten to play 5-on-5 a lot.
Not a lot.
Feels like we've played most of the game where someone's been down a man.
Whoa.
Or 2.
Yeah.
Bendel smacks a man in the corner, but it's out to center. Dominic Pizzo's shot tipped. Pizzo's got one of the St. Mary's goals.
Look out.
He's hauled down. There's no whistle. As Cook speeds ahead. What a nifty move again. Reber steered it to the corner. Bodies tangled. Shot by Perry, blocked.
No call.
Okay, there we go.
Yes, the back referee is going to say there's got to be a call on that. I mean, Cook got mugged. He got mugged in the slot. Stick between his legs.
So this is the first play where Dominic Pizzo went down and there was no call.
That
and
should have been a penalty.
Right, and then on the other end of the ice, correctly, I think you and I would agree that they called the penalty on Carrera when he hauled down Cook.
I do agree. But they both should have been. But yeah, here's Carrera, and he and Cook have been going head-to-head, toe-to-toe all game and sticking between the legs. I mean, the beat down there, and so he's going to sit in the box. So this is a massive opportunity here for Powers to get this to a one-shot game.
The only downside here for Powers is they just had the top line of the ice, so they can't start this power play because they're tired. So they've got the second power play unit on here.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this second unit is capable, but they're not the first unit, but I think they're probably out there within 40 seconds here. Let's see how it all transpires here.
A game where 5-on-5 has been hard to come by, and we've got another man advantage. This time it's Powers. One of their goals in this game has come 5-on-3. Harwood pass to Castor. Matt Castor had it tipped and sent down the ice. And you wonder when Powers makes that line change to get the big guns on.
Yeah, half a minute into it. Maybe another 15, but I think Travis Perry's confident in this group. See if they go a minute here maybe, and then they put that other unit, that top unit up for the final minute.
Chase Stevens sent it along the wall to Tucker Petty. Another body falls down in front. Harwood shot, swallowed by Reber. And here comes the line change.
Yep.
As Sam Beebe took a spill in front.
Yep, they give those guys a breather. So, yeah, it ended up being just over 50 seconds, 52 seconds. They let that unit, that second, quote-unquote, second unit out there. You see Harwood there, the young man we talked about earlier with that low shot. Easy save, though, there for Reber. And got to get reacclimated with his team, does Harwood. Big ad for the Chargers. So, Bendel and company with Cook and Perry out there.
Bendel takes the faceoff. Got tied up at the dot. St. Mary's can't clear the zone yet. Up the wall it comes. Center of the blue. Perry pass Cook. Bendel shot. Reber got a piece. Still Powers possession in the O-zone at 45 seconds on the power play. Cook pass. Bendel shot blocked. And it's out to center. This could be a St. Mary's opportunity. Daniel Ramos off the side of the post.
What an extension from Clark there to take all that space away.
Again, a Powers man fell down. Arm is up. And Powers touched the puck. Delayed offside, it looks like.
Yeah. I want to see this rush here, the shorthanded chance from St. Mary's if we can. And the job that Hunter Clark does to get that left leg out and take away anything here. Watch this here. He gets that leg out, just gets his toe on that. What a play by Clark, man. That's three that I can recall that have been game-changing and momentum-changing saves he's made in this game.
Well, all especially since it was 4-1. Right now, Powers is just trying to hang in the game, right? And Clark has made those big saves you're talking about.
He has. He's made two of them in that stretch. The other one came, in my book, came back in that big flash of leather he had back in the first period.
St. Mary's about to kill off the Powers power play, but they do come into the O-zone with speed. Perry pass off the back of the net. St. Mary's can't vacate the zone. Wrist shot and a save by Reber.
Keep the O-zone draw here, of course, though, and Travis Perry will change up his personnel. We'll talk with Travis in the second intermission. Charlie Roberts will be our guest at the end of this period, and Orchard Lake St. Mary's and some of their history. I remember Patrick Nagerson. I remember doing, I want to say, one of the state championship games he played in. Remember him playing at Western for a bit. And Jeff Petrie, of course, still playing with Florida now. And good look at their particulars. What a year they had last year. The state title had been a long time, but they got another one. And congrats to them for that, trying to go back-to-back here this year on both these programs.
In 6 weeks, no one would be stunned if Powers and St. Mary's are back at USA Hockey Arena.
Not at all. Not at all. Some good teams in the UP, though.
Yeah.
Some really good teams in the UP. And Calumet's really good. Houghton's really good.
We saw Marquette earlier this year.
We did them earlier. Yeah, I saw they were playing. They're playing Heartland this weekend down in the Metro Detroit area. We're from that area. We're about 45 minutes north here in Flint. But, yeah, big game.
It's the St. Mary's 2-on-1. Shot again. Clark makes the save, this time on Cam Sussex.
And Hunter Clark, he is the backbone of this team defensively. And when we did them back in whenever that was, December or November, late November, early December, they had no backup. They had no backup goaltender. And they've added a young man, Jaden Lang, who's a freshman, but they really don't want to have to use him because he'd have to burn a whole year. So Clark's the guy in net. Man, he's made some big stops here in this game, Evan.
Under 2 to go, second period. Pass in front. Oh, they just overskated the puck. Did St. Mary's in front. That was Sussex again. Haley took a whack. Then he fell down.
Ugh.
Haley,
down.
yeah, he is smacking into a St. Mary's player as St. Mary's about to go back to the power play.
Man.
Yet again, extracurricular activity has turned into someone getting a power play.
Man alive. Just a ton of penalties, and these guys just going at it. The intensity has been there since the opening face-off in this game. I don't believe that was the penalty, that takedown. Let's see if we stay with that. Not sure exactly what it was. Maybe it was. It might have been. It looks like in the box over there is Haley. So that's going to be another power play, as you mentioned, partner, for St. Mary's with 90 to go in the period. Big opportunity here for them.
On the power side, they've really liked the way their penalty kills operated here in this second period. Got to do work again. St. Mary's held the blue line. Roberts at that far hash. Matthew Boyda to the goal line extended, and Daniel Ramos. Roberts in front. Powers has got it. Bendel up to Cook. Aiden Cook, what a move. Aiden Cook got it in front, went wide. Myers shot. That one was tipped wide. Under a minute to go, second period. Does the lead grow again? Not here. Offside play. Roberts the goal for St. Mary's in this second period. Owen Perry the goal for Powers. Owen scored twice in this hockey game. St. Mary's doesn't score here. Final 50 seconds of the second period. This power play would go into the third, and only for a handful of seconds. A little less than 30. Power sends it down the ice. Nice work by Tucker Petty, the freshman. (12-4 St. Mary's. 14-3 Flint Powers. Defending champs in Divisions 2 and 3. And two of the best in the state, yet again. Under 15 seconds to go in the period. Diesel Carrera passing left. Under 10 seconds to go in the period. Up the wall it comes. Into the corner it goes. And sent out of play by Julian Myers, so they got to drop the puck one more time. Expecting Travis Perry, Flint Powers head coach, to join us here off the ice. And also expecting Charlie Roberts, Fortune Lake St. Mary's, to join us in the second intermission as well. We'll have highlights and a preparation of a highly anticipated third period here in Flint. Moorhead took the draw, and we are indeed off to the third. A game defined by one word, chippy. A lot of penalties, a lot of extracurricular activity. A lot of guys who aren't happy looking at the other guy across from them. But St. Mary's has goals from Roberts, Brown, Pizzo, and Ramos. Owen Perry scored twice for Flint Powers, but they're in a hole on home ice. Down 4-2 to defending Division III champion Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Charlie Roberts, the Eaglets captain, is standing by ringside with Ben.
All right, Charlie, let's talk about this game, man. First of all, what a hockey game this has been. This has a different intensity than most games, does it not?
Oh, yeah, the atmosphere is crazy right now. I mean, everyone's just energetic right now. We're going hard, just playing the body. That's all we can do right now. Just Pat needs to stand on his head right now. So we're looking forward to this third period and go out bang.
Yeah, he's played well. Walk me through your goal. What a power move that was, man. I love the play you made. Your 18th of the year. What do you recall from the goal?
Honestly, the pass, right? That doesn't happen without that pass from Matthew Murray. Shout out. So I just grabbed that thing, looked, saw the top right, just put it there.
That was a pretty looking goal. You got 1-1 in the game. I know the results will matter more.
Yeah.
What will it take here in the third period from you guys to get out of here with a victory?
Honestly, just everybody buying in, right? You know your role. Everyone's got a role in the team, and we just got to keep each other up and keep going.
Appreciate this, Charlie. We'll let you get in and get ready for the third.
All right, thank you. Yeah.
All right, Charlie Roberts, man, that goal was awesome. And as he said there, Evan, the pass really was. We'll go through that, I'm sure, in the highlights. But I love that power finish from him and a roof job up top for a big goal for the Eaglets in period 2.
And it's fun that they recognize how awesome this game has been, the way it's been played, the intensity, the physicality. at least one more period to go as St. Mary's doubling up Flint Powers. Selling your home doesn't have to cost a fortune. At Castle Real Estate, they offer discounted listing fees, a free home value analysis, and over 2 decades of real estate experience working for you. Led by broker Andrew Sussex. That last name sounds familiar. Their team knows the local market and how to win for their clients. Whether you're buying or selling, protecting your equity, or moving with confidence. Castle Real Estate, where experience and value serves your needs. Third period coming up. St. Mary's trying to win on the road. But Flint Powers will have something to say.
The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move. And it's out of here.
We are the MHSAA, a collection of 750 high schools and 750 middle schools, from Temperance to Copper Harbor, from New Buffalo to Alpena. Each year, more than 250,000 students play one of our 28 sports. More than 1.5 million fans attend our postseason games. There are 30,000 coaches and 8,000 officials, not to mention all of the volunteers. The MHSAA believes in the 4 S's. School sports should be safe and kept in the appropriate scope. We believe nothing beats great sportsmanship, and that scholarship in the classroom is more important than excellence on the field or court. Most of all, we believe school sports should be fun. So come out and join us at a game. Support your school, support your community, and come see what the excitement is all about.
Hi, I'm Nick DePonio, and this is HVAC.
High school sports are meant to be fun.
We love to represent our school.
And we care about our sports.
We know you do too.
And because we all care, it can sometimes get intense.
So let's make the experience more fun for everyone.
We know it's easy to react and shout during games.
But we all make mistakes.
The game is more enjoyable when we hear positive cheering.
Referees are human. Respect their decisions. They aren't perfect.
When you feel like yelling, remember that you represent our school.
We want to win, but just remember to keep the energy positive towards all.
During the season, we spend a lot of time with our coaches. They have a tough job.
Please accept their decisions.
And be thankful for all the time they devoted to making us better.
Thank you for coming to our games and always supporting us.
We couldn't do this without you.
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 Third period coming up. Flint Powers and Orchard Lake St. Mary's. St. Mary's is going to have 29 seconds of a power play going into the third as they try to extend this 4-2 lead. When it comes to home loans, you want more than just a rate. You want the right team. At eMortgage Capital, they offer low rates, jumbo loan specials, and local personal service that you can trust. Buying, refinancing, or upgrading, they'll guide you every step of the way. And right now, ask about appraisal fee discount specials. Call or text Andy Sussex today for more information. eMortgage Capital, local enterprise, national strength, and service that scores. Give them a call or check them out at andrewsussex.com. Third period coming up. Defending D2 champs Flint Powers in danger of losing at home. The defending D3 champs St. Mary's. They played a heck of a hockey game.
If you are looking for a life-changing workout experience, look no further than Pure Barre Novi. We are proud to help you achieve your fitness goals while joining a vibrant, supportive community that is over 300 women strong. Our classes are designed to strengthen and tone your entire body, and our teachers can help provide modifications for any fitness level. Find out more right now by calling 248-596-0002, visiting our website, following us on social media, or by coming to our studio right on Grand River Avenue in Novi. We can't wait to see you and help you achieve your fitness goals.
Hi guys, my name is Chloe. I am from West Plainfield, Michigan. I love Pure Barre for a number of reasons, but the main reason is the space it provides us members to unwind, get a good workout in, and just come as you are. Love Pure Barre. Love you, Bridget. Go Pure Barre.
Hi, my name is Susanna.
And I'm Tanner, and we're from Farmington Hills, Michigan.
And we love Pure Barre.
Hi, I'm Shannon, and this is my friend Lisa.
Hello.
And we love Pure Barre because it's a great community. I get to work out with great people. Yeah.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
Before we start the third period, Powers head coach Travis Perry is with Ben Holden.
All right, thanks, Evan. Travis, a 4-2 game. You got a half a minute to go and killing a penalty. Let's start with that. What's got to happen here in the first couple minutes of this third period?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about before the game. We got to stay out of the box. We haven't been able to stay out of the box all game, and we don't have enough shots. I think we get 15 shots this period, put some pressure, we might like our chances.
You may agree with this. I've been saying a lot, especially in the second period. I want to see these two teams play a little more 5-on-5. I don't know if that's going to happen today, is it?
No, it seems like every time we play, it ends up like a game like this. But yeah, we got to find a way to stay out of the box, stay out of the stuff, and play 5-on-5, and then see what happens. But we got to generate more offense. We've had some good chances. We just haven't hit the net or haven't buried it. Like first period, I thought we should have had a couple more, but yeah, we'll see what we can do this last 17 minutes.
Your goaltender, I think, has made 3 massive saves in this game to really keep. You're still in the game, obviously, but assess his play. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, he's looked good. I mean, he settled in that period. He stopped that breakaway. That's, they make that 5-2. It's probably over. I mean, so we'll see. We got to get the next goal. That's what it comes down to.
This team's got a lot of fight. I have no doubt you'll be in this thing till the final horn. Thanks for this, and thanks for having us today.
Yeah, of course. Love having you guys. Thanks. Appreciate
it. Travis.
Yep.
All right, Evan, I'll see you in a minute. But, yeah, I mean, like Coach said there, that's what's got to happen for them next, and we'll see if they can do it. I think there's a lot of hunger on this Flint Powers team, and I think this one's going to come right down to the wire. I'll see you in a minute up top.
Yeah, it's, really been interesting to watch the way that this game has gone the last 10, 12 minutes. As Coach Perry was talking about for Flint Powers, easily it could be 5-2, 6-2, as they've faced time and again St. Mary's power play after power play, but they've staved it off. And that's exactly what they're facing as we start this third period, because St. Mary's still has 29 seconds more of a power play as we start these final regulation 17 minutes. Let's look back at those highlights from the rest of the hockey game, including the second period. You heard from Charlie Roberts with Ben coming off the ice. That goal made it a 3-goal game. Back to 2 is Owen Perry with the silkiest of mitts. His second of the game. That's the stop of the game right there. Breakaway for Matthew Boyda, and Hunter Clark stood tall. Don't discount Thomas Reber. He's made some really nice saves as well in this game for St. Mary's. It has been a physical game. It has been at times a chippy game. St. Mary's with the 4-2 lead as we count down to the start of the third period. Excited to be back here, by the way. Prep will have coverage later this week on Wednesday, the Flint Powers against De La Salle. We'll also have that classic rivalry of Trenton and Catholic Central. St. Mary's and Powers easily 2 of the top 10 teams in the state of Michigan. Catholic Central on that list, Howell on that list, Heartland on that list. Upcoming hockey. Can't wait for it here on the Prep. St. Mary's Flint today. De La Salle Flint Powers, Catholic Central Trenton on Wednesday. And then Utica Eisenhower and Romeo coming up on Saturday the 31st. That'll be a 6 o'clock tilt. Then we're excited to cover all of these games coming up. Such a great time of year if you're a hockey fan.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Logistical stuff. Yeah, no, it's a great slate of games. And, again, I want to say thanks to the people here at Powers and, St. Mary's too. I mean, it's a home game, certainly for Powers. Both schools are great. Brian's great. Travis is great. Their programs get it. Their players are awesome. I mean, how great was Charlie Roberts, man?
My goodness.
The energy coming out of that kid. I want to suit up and go play with these guys, man. It's big. And, I think from the game perspective, like Travis said, they got to find a way to get the next goal here. If they can do that, buckle up because this thing's going the distance. I still think it's going to go the distance anyway. I think they're going to find a way to climb back in it, but I've been very impressed with St. Mary's. I mean, this team, I said it in that period, Evan, they seem very connected. They've had very good entries. Their possession's been good. Their puck management's been good. Really impressed watching Diesel Carrera. He's a really good defenseman for them. Roberts is great. Some of their other forwards, those guys that you and I learned about the other day and talking to Brian Pizzo and Ramos, those guys have really stood out to me in this game. Conrad stood out. Brown's been good. A lot of different players. It's a really good team that Brian's got this year. And like you said earlier, man, this is a team. Both these teams are teams that first weekend of March, man, I think they're going to both find a way to be back in that weekend coming up early March.
And they're both in different divisions, so
yes.
They can't play each other,
Yep.
right? But there's a reason you play games like this
Yep.
if you're Flint Powers
Yep.
and Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Orchard Lake St. Mary's is going to be a lot of games over the next month plus where they're facing a quality opponent. They'll go into the third period with the lead. They got to put them away. Powers is not hoping they're in this spot a ton where they're down by a couple of goals going into the third, but this will be an excellent learning opportunity for Powers as well, who does start this third period on 29 seconds of a penalty kill.
Yeah, and it's big. I mean, they've got to have a kill, but, I'll say it again. I've said it a couple times. They've been shorthanded so much. I've mentioned it. They are very dangerous when it comes to scoring goals shorthanded. I'm looking through what I've got here on my sheet. Perry, he's got a couple of shorthanded goals. Aiden Cook's got 5 shorthanded goals. These guys, they're slippery. They're smart hockey players. So St. Mary's have got to be buttoned up here. You can look at it a couple ways. Clean ice. I'm not a huge fan of that, but now you got to come out and wind it up in 30 seconds. Can St. Mary's pop one in here?
Great crowd here at 801 Sports Complex in Flint. Environment's been awesome. Hockey's been fun. Off we go in the third. And St. Mary's has got the puck with about 20 seconds to go on a power play. 1 goal in that second period for St. Mary's. It was from Charlie Roberts, who was on the ice to start this third. Owen Perry, the only goal in the second for Flint Powers. Owen Perry's the only guy who scored goals today for Powers. Luckily for them, he scored twice. Both teams back to full strength. St. Mary's lost the puck on the zone entry. Powers coming ahead, 2-on-2. Bendel delays and passes wide. Brandon Condrat took a big hit in the corner. Owen Perry with room. His shot goes wide. Matt Castor spikes it along the boards. High off the glass and down into the power zone. St. Mary's with a fire wagon change. Parker Bendel plays it ahead. Cook shot and fought off by Thomas Reber.
Man, that's 23 shots in this game for Powers and 21 stops for Reber. Got to feed Aiden Cook the puck here in this period, him and Bendel. I mean, again, that release. I mean, the young man knows how to shoot the pill, man. He is a really good player. He's got a great set of hands and exciting every time he's on the ice, Evan.
Gavin Forework after the puck off the faceoff. St. Mary's can't vacate the zone. Powers gets men to the puck and Chase Stevens, and he was sandwiched off the play. Harwood lost the puck, so St. Mary's can stride ahead with speed. Delane, and good defense by Gavin Forework. Stevens after the puck again, along with Ethan Haley. Hunter Clark sticks it aside. Charlie Roberts said it to you. You know, their tendy for Powers is playing great. We just got to find a way to beat him here a couple of more times.
Spoken like a true hockey player. Another penalty here.
And it's on Powers again. Yeah, they Harwood touched the puck for 5 seconds, and then they finally whistled it dead. So it's another trip on Powers, and St. Mary's going back to the power play. If you're Powers, you've got to be thinking, how many of these power plays for St. Mary's do we have to kill off here?
Well, it's the 8th penalty they've taken in the game, and that one will drive the coach nuts. That's a situation there where the feet stop, takes his feet out, and he's going to sit his Stevens for 2 or less. So, yeah, this is huge. I mean, this might decide this game. You go up by 3, that's a big mountain. You keep it at 2. But if I'm Flint Powers, I'm flying, guys. I'm taking some chances here shorthanded, Evan.
They've had a couple of odd man rushes shorthanded in this game. Long wrist shot, save made Clark, and smacked down the ice. Owen Perry is on the ice here along with Parker Bendel. Perry's shot, Reber made the save. Had to frantically get back in between the pipes.
Perry, of course, on hat-trick watch. Boy, they'd love to get him his hat-trick here and get it to a one-shot game.
Diesel Carrera passing, and a shot goes wide. Turnaround drive, high and wide from Pilch. Harwood lays the lumber in the corner. St. Mary's on the power play, turned it over. Here comes Owen Perry, and his pass missed Bendel. Perry sends it down the ice. They're cool with that, killing time here. Half the power play is gone for St. Mary's. They'll change. Julian Meyer. Ben's been singing his praises all day, and with good reason.
He ran into his dad at the intermission. He's very complimentary of our broadcast and what we do here at the Prep, so we appreciate that. Barney.
Hoping that Flint Powers team can come back. It's a healthy St. Mary's contingent here. They don't want that to happen. Drop pass, shot, score! It's Charlie Roberts again. Brandon Contrat with the gorgeous drop pass.
Yeah, Meyer made a good play there, but there was 2 in there, and there was nothing he could do to stop the second one as Roberts flapping his wings. Maybe he wants Freebird going in the arena. But what a beautiful play by Charlie Roberts there to get his 2nd of the game and his 3rd point in this hockey game, Evan. You don't see the play defensively, but Roberts coming in late there, and there's nothing that Hunter Clark can do, and it's a 3-goal lead now for St. Mary's.
And all those times Powers killed off St. Mary's power plays, their luck finally run out.
Yep, on that one it sure did.
Cook played it back in front. Perry almost got it on net. Bendel's shot was saved. Coming into the zone again with speed. Pilch lost the puck. St. Mary's team fresh off beating Trenton 10-2. Back in front, and they score again! It's the 2nd for John Brown. It's an Eaglet avalanche to start the 3rd.
They have been relentless going to the net the entire game. That is what they've done to score their goals. I want to say on every single of the 6 goals they've scored, that's how they've scored, right? I mean, they've went hard to the paint. They've made life difficult for Clark in front, and they have just done a whale of a job getting to the net. Brown, quick hands, gets it onto the forehand, dumps it into the open net, and it's a 4-goal lead now.
Largest of the game for St. Mary's. And there's still 13 minutes to go in this game. With how chippy it's been, Powers just picked up another penalty, and Avery Cook will sit.
Man.
You just hope this game doesn't start getting out of hand here in terms of the physical play.
Yeah, you hope, and you see the disappointment in Cook. And, yeah, I mean, Travis Perry walked up to me. He's like, Benny, I don't know what I'm going to really say here. All I can tell you is we got to stay out of the box, and they haven't done it. That's 2 in the period already. And St. Mary's clearly under their skin. And you saw the frustration from Avery Cook there.
Roberts won the face-off for St. Mary's. Boyd up, played it in front. They just scored again. It's a heading for Charlie Roberts.
He's giving the Sally. Throw the hats. Number 3 with 3. What a period for Roberts. What a performance. The previous two, Evan, were 25 seconds apart. We'll see if we can get the quick math on how far these three have been apart. Not much more than a minute, if it's even a minute. And again, where'd they score the goal? Going towards the top of the paint, going down to the bottom of the slot, and Roberts has had himself a day now. He now has 20 goals on the season.
Ben, what this last 2 minutes feels like to me is just the damage, all the stress that Powers had to get through in the second period, where St. Mary's was living on the power play. They killed it all off, but now it's just all snowballing on Powers.
No, you're exactly right, man. It's what's happened. You can only play with that fire so many times before you get completely torched. And that's what's happened here. It's a 5-goal lead now.
From the start of this game, St. Mary's has brought the fight to Flint Powers, a team that had won 4 in a row, scoring 41 goals in those 4 games. Last weekend up in Traverse City, they won 2 games by a combined 17-1 score, and Travis Perry said last weekend was maybe the best weekend he's seen his program in 2 decades. But if things don't change here in the final 12 and a half, everyone associated with Powers hockey is going to be real frustrated by this one.
St. Mary's, Evan, 3 goals in 38 seconds.
My goodness.
My, oh my, that's how you come out and stomp on a team's chest. And that's what they've done here.
Jacob Hughes got tangled up with a Powers player, and now he's coming ahead. Jacob Hughes played it in front, and he missed Contrat. Saucer pass to the middle. They swat at it. Cam Sussex after it. Shout out to the Sussex family. Proud presenting sponsors among them for this broadcast today. Thanks again to all those who made this broadcast happen.
Whoa.
Big hit by Michael Foskett. And now we got guys falling like dominoes in that corner. And yet again, we're going to get a penalty.
Yep. Yeah, I really didn't see this coming, Evan. I mean, I thought this would be a high-scoring game. I did say to you before the game, I think it's a 5-4 kind of game just because of the offense that both these teams have. But I did not see a team being up, either one of these teams being up by 5 goals at any point of this hockey game. And you got to tip your hat to Brian and his team at St. Mary's. And there's the chaos in the corner there, and that's the penalty called on Gavin Vorwerk, the senior, who's their leader in penalty minutes. But man, you just can't keep taking them. The frustration is clearly set in for the Chargers.
Defending Division II champs, and their season obviously doesn't end today.
Nope.
But they want it today to go better. Cook's into the O-zone. Cook's shooting, and it's blocked. Harwood lost the puck offside.
Yep. Oof.
And keep this in mind, too. St. Mary's is missing Thad Rainish today. Injured and out. He is expected back at some point this season. It's not a season-ending injury, but he's going to miss some time. They're missing arguably their best offensive player, and they're doing this in this game.
That's frightening. I mean, he's averaging almost 2 a game. There's Travis Perry, and wants an explanation, and they're calling Cook for the penalty here. Well, they're calling them both, but yeah, I mean, I think that's a fair assessment. I mean, they should both go in there, but yeah, I mean, to your point about Rainish, 1.79 points per game, 14 games, 25 points, 16-9 for him. And Brian told us before the game, he said, it's not long term, we'll leave it at that. So that's good for St. Mary's. But yeah, I mean, that's a great point. What they're doing today, it's scary to think what they're going to be when they got number 13 back in the lineup.
Ben, are you saying sometimes in hockey that they're just very nondescript about injuries? Are you saying sometimes upper body injury or lower body injury is all we're going to get? That's true.
Scotty Bowman
who was the guy in the Rangers in the playoffs a few years ago who I think he had some sort of bleeding in the brain and it was an upper body injury?
Yeah, I can't recall that one.
It may have been Matt Zuccarello. I could be wrong on that.
Yeah. But, I mean, it really started. Scotty did that to play mind games. And, you know, it's become a trend. It's like morning skates. You know, those never used to be a thing, man. Players used to go out at the pro level and stay out all night. Now they don't do that anymore.
Oh, boy, we got a wrestling match in that corner.
Yep.
Harwood with a 2-point takedown.
Yep.
And now he's staring at Brandon Conrad.
Yep.
Again, we're just hoping this thing doesn't get silly with the game now out of hand and still over 10 minutes to go.
Here it is. Watch big number 5, Andon Harwood there. And that's how it all ensues. And then 6'3" and 210. He's a big boy, but you got to be smart. You got to keep your composure. And I know none of this will make their head coach, Travis Perry, very happy at all. It's just kind of coming unraveled here in this third period for the Chargers.
They actually sent Brandon Conrad to the box there, too. So if Flint Powers picks up any more penalties, they're running out of room over there.
In the bin, yeah. Well, St. Mary's has got the backup tender in there, John Ward. So they got 3 in there now. It's a pretty tight quarters. They do have a photog in there with them.
There's still a minute to go on a St. Mary's power play. Matthew Boydo will kickstart the breakout, and he turned it over. They tried to clear, and it actually went off Parker Bendel. Sussex pass. Bendel took it away, and it's out of play.
10 penalty of the game on Flint Powers. St. Mary's had 7 through 2 periods, but 10 penalties. Yeah, it's been a rough day for the Chargers. I mean, you know, this game early on, you saw St. Mary's get on top. Then they got on top again 2-1. Then they pulled away, got 3-1. It was 4-1, got it back to 4-2. But 3 in a row to push it to a 5-goal lead now for the visitors.
And St. Mary's trying to make it 6. Active stick. Logan Nanny took it away. This is Chase Stevens. Backhand. And a save made by Thomas Reber. And this is what I'm thinking about too, Ben. You know, this is not 100% fair to say about Powers because they are a tough team. They're not a finesse team. But we're going to watch playoff football over these next couple of days too. And all the time, right? You see a team with a great offense, and what does the defense try to do? Push them around, make them uncomfortable early. St. Mary's did that to Flint Powers from the very beginning to the first period.
They did.
They got them uncomfortable.
Yeah, they came out. I mean, that first shift, they laid a couple big hits, and it never stopped from there. And then I think as the first and the second went along, they got under the skin a little bit more, and the discipline continued to unravel for Flint Powers, and clearly here in this third. I mean, this is a 4-2 game to start the period. I mean, they're in the hockey game. Right now, they're down a handful.
And no game can be distilled down to 1 or 2 things, but if you had to pick one thing today, it's obvious. Powers just had a parade to the penalty box.
They were undisciplined, and that was, you know, the first thing that when we talked to Travis Perry couple of days ago, he said, you know, we asked these coaches, what are your keys? He's like, we got to stay out of the box. We got to be disciplined. They weren't disciplined. And, you know, they might be in another game like this down the road, and maybe they're on the other side of it. I certainly, for their sake, you hope they are, but I don't think this has been very typical of their team all year.
And it's got to be this helpless feeling for Travis Perry.
Yep.
You're on that bench and you're the whole coaching staff. What more can you do besides tell the guys, hey, be smart, stay out of the box? It's got to be helpless.
Yeah, I mean, coaches can tell you, but players are going to play. I mean, they're going to do what they're going to do on the ice. I mean, until you start sitting guys down, but, you know, I don't see that happening in this game.
Just under 9 to go in a statement type of game for Orchard Lake St. Mary's.
Sure is. Oh.
Flint Powers has another bellwether test game coming up. They host Catholic Central on February 7th.
Yep.
St. Mary's has bigger things coming up too. We'll have the broadcast of the Pink in the Rink game on February 7th.
Wish I could be there. I'm going to miss that one again with you.
Always a special night. Shout out to Brian Klanow and his entire family for doing such a great job putting on that event year after year.
Yeah, his wife really involved in that. I remember learning that a couple of years ago when you and I did a couple of those. Yeah, it's a great thing and a great cause. And, you know, I'll tell you what, Brian's got a heck of a hockey team, man. As we just talked about, Rainish is not even playing, and he's been out for about a week, Brian had told us. So he's got a really good group. I really like this team. I really like their goaltender. Haven't seen Ward, but I like Reber, what I've seen out of him. Love Carrera and their forwards. I mean, I don't think we need to even discuss who the G of the game is. That's going to be number 3 with the 2 he's had here in the period. But start with guys like Roberts, and they just got some guys. They got Pizzo and Ramos and a lot of other guys. It's a really good team.
Looking for more.
Yep.
Hunter Clark makes the save on Blaze Kroll's wrist shot.
Yep.
I mean, you and I have covered a lot of St. Mary's hockey the last couple of years.
Yep.
And they've had some great players. Little Brennan Morgan was always a treat. Julian Johnston was a heck of a skater.
Who's not playing anymore.
I know. Is that a shame?
Yeah, it is. But, to him. But anyway, go ahead.
Well, and they had the great goalie who you were talking about, Will Keane.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the most talented St. Mary's team? You got to wonder, last couple of years. Aiden Cook onside, and Thomas Reber committed robbery.
Wow, he sure did, man. What a stop on a dynamic player, and Reber's been great.
Net's off.
Yep.
Diesel Carrera had that net front drive, and it's off its moorings.
Yeah, let's get a look back here. Look at Cook. I mean, walk in and just got that step, got inside the defender there, and Thomas Reber, 2.06 goals against. Save percentage, I know that's an area they'd like to see that improve. He was about 86.5% coming in, but it'll probably go up today. But to answer your question, Evan, I think in the years we've been doing St. Mary's games, I want to say it's year 4, I would say yes. I mean, this team, to me, is a rock-solid outfit, man, from the net out.
We're going to have the chance to cover them a couple of more times in the regular season. Riverview, Gabriel Richard, Orchard Lake St. Mary's on the prep on February 3rd. And then that Pink in the Rink game against Brother Rice on February 7th.
Nice.
Odd year for Brother Rice. They are
your Shamrocks.
Under 500, yeah. CC beat Brother Rice 8-0.
Twice. Twice they did that.
Very
Cal is holding no punches. Brandon Kalinicki, their coach.
Thanks again to Ideal Shield for help making this broadcast possible today. Established in 1997, a minority-owned and family-operated company headquartered in Detroit, a leader in facility maintenance and protection products. They're home to the original bumper post sleeve, the strongest industrial guardrail on the market, the top-selling plastic sign-based system, and a wide variety of safety handrail systems. St. Mary's into the zone. Strong defensive work by Ethan Haley. And we have another whistle. We have an interference call coming up.
And another one on Powers.
And it's on their best player, Aiden Cook.
Yeah, this is a frustrating afternoon for Cook and the boys. And, I mean, they're going to have better days. But, you learn a lot about your team here. And certainly Travis Perry and his coaching staff, he's got a great group of coaches. They've been together a long time. And, I mean, it's a simple thing. It's discipline, like we've talked. I mean, you don't mean to harp on stuff. They're high school kids, but that's really what it's come down to. And they've got to be smarter. They got to learn to not cross the line and play with more discipline. I mean, see the coach there. And like you said earlier, man, it's players go out and play, man. If they're going out and doing dumb stuff on the ice, the coach can't control that except by taking them off the ice. We got another penalty. Yep. Man.
Yeah. Cook just swung the door open because Julian Meyer's going to sit in there.
Wow. Yeah, frustrating day. And yep. It's just been that kind of day. And St. Mary's, man, that'll be a fun bus ride back down their way.
Yep.
Probably about 45 to 60 minutes back from here up in Flint town.
Season doesn't end for these two teams today, of course.
No.
Powers crowd wants a penalty. And we got a wrestling match in that far corner. And now they're going to stop play. Look out. Ethan Haley and Brandon Kondrat getting their licks in. Haley and Kondrat swinging away. You're not supposed to see this at the high school level.
No, you're not.
And the crowd's going to cheer, but you don't want to see this.
Yeah, there was a game last night, Boston University and UMass Lowell. There was a full-on tilt in the college game. It's not allowed. It's going to be an automatic ejection. And again, the discipline, the emotion has just completely gone away in this game for Flint Powers. Both those young men are done. But it was Haley that went in there and wanted to drop the mitts, and yeah, you can't do that. And I thought Conrad had a good game. I thought he was a good player up front. He had some good chances. You called his name quite a bit. Here's how it all started. Conrad just taking him in there initially clean, and then they're both kind of just holding on to one another. Conrad trying to get him off, but Haley came back, went right for the helmet, trying to rip that thing off. And yeah, you don't like seeing that. It's certainly at this level. It's just not part of the game in high school hockey. But it happened, and both guys are gone. And Travis Perry, I'm sure, is going to have some choice words for his team when this game is over. He is not going to be happy one bit.
Well, like we've talked about all afternoon long, these are two teams that in 6 weeks they want to be playing for championships. Powers will go in D2 and St. Mary's will go in Division 3. If there was such a thing as only one division in Michigan high school hockey, both these teams would be contenders.
That's another conversation, right?
Right. But, yeah, I mean, and for Flint Powers, maybe in the long run this ends up being a great thing for
It could be.
Because not only were they outplayed, but they were totally taken out of the game emotionally.
Yeah, I mean, and you do this kind of stuff in a playoff game, you know, you're going to cost yourself a run at another state championship. It's just as simple as that. And Haley, the junior, going back into that dressing room area. He is done for the day. So St. Mary's here with a chance to put a snowman on the board here, Evan. They got a 5-on-3 here. Still got about 7 minutes to go in this game. And St. Mary's, I can't say it enough, man. This team, you asked me earlier, and I answered your question with yes. This is, in the 4 years you and I have been doing these games with the prep in our group here, this is the best team I've seen them put on the ice.
And they're missing maybe their best player, Ted Rainish, today, too.
Yeah, no question about it.
Hopefully we don't get to this point, but there is mercy rule in high school hockey. It's 8 goals, so hopefully we don't get to that point.
Right. And Flint Powers has been on the good side of plenty of those this year.
Plenty of them. Carrera, good pass. Pilch had it taken away. And now we got more pushing and shoving.
Oh, boy.
John Brown is shoving with a Powers player.
That's Perry.
Looked like John Brown, the one who started it.
Yeah, it did.
And they're the one, that's who they're sending.
Yep.
Perry's not doing anything.
No. And you know, the game's out of hand now, but Owen Perry, by not retaliating, that's a good sign to me.
Yeah.
You know, that's smart. You know, you gotta stop at some point. Brown's giving the heave-ho, so he'll head to the room to join Conrad. As Conrad had to hold off Haley, who was trying to rip his bucket off and fight him, but
let's not lose sight of the fact, too, that Owen Perry, the guy who just stood there, that's the coach's kid.
Correct.
So Coach Perry's got to be going, you know, of all the people who listen to me, at least my kid listened to me.
In this case, yes.
Yeah.
And he's got to go home and live with him. So,
Yeah.
But good point.
All right, so ozone face-off for Flint Powers as this game has devolved into a lot of pushing and shoving.
3-on-1.
Good play by Andon Harwood.
It was.
And a big hit in that corner, too.
Yep. He'll get reacclimated. Look out. Bendel lost his stick.
A lot of penalty minutes on that board and a lot of frustration boiling over in this third period for Powers. St. Mary's has scored all 3 goals in this third. Charlie Roberts has got a hat trick.
And he's going to get a hat.
And he is.
I'm going to give him his hat for the hattie.
There you go. There you go. No one threw their hat in the ice, by the way.
Well, he was trying to get some to do it, right? But, yeah, no one did.
Knuckleballing puck. Owen Perry is after it. Charlie Roberts spins away from him. A lot of free ice, 4-on-3.
Yeah.
This looks like NHL overtime power play. Big win for the Wings last night. Got back in the horse. Win over San Jose.
Yeah.
Diesel Carrera. His pass in between Roberts. One of the rare mistakes he's made all day.
Yeah, there haven't been many.
Speaking of the Wings, how great was that Sergei Fedorov night the other night? Really well done by the Red Wings organization.
Incredible, man. I know you were there. That's awesome. I was at Iserman's, didn't get to go to Fedorov's, but I mean, you ask people now, like, who's Sergei Fedorov in the National Hockey League? I mean, there's only two guys that can even be in the same breath, and that's McKinnon and McDavid. And it's probably Nathan McKinnon in my book. I mean, there are very few players like him to ever play the game, man. It was awesome to be in the locker room a few times around him when I was young, starting in this business, and he was certainly a guy I worshipped. I know you did too, Evan.
Wow. Big hit right near that Mary's bench. Aiden Cook takes a spill, and he takes a whack.
Yep.
The skill and the flair that Sergei Fedorov had, too. The white skates, the long hair.
The Corvette.
Outstanding.
He had good flow.
Outstanding
everything about it.
flow.
Yeah, everything about him was magic. Grateful that we got to see him play here in the state of Michigan for the 13 years that we did. And I thought it was awesome, too, that he finally made a statement on him leaving. He said it was a huge mistake. He would have been the next captain. It wouldn't have been Lidstrom. It would have been him had he stayed, in my opinion. But that's the way it worked.
I mean, the embarrassment of riches when you look back on those teams. The
Yep.
2001-2002 team speaks for itself. Are we up to 11 Hall of Famers on that team?
I'm pretty sure we are, yeah.
Pavel Datsyuk was a fourth liner on that team.
It's insane to think, or that's reality. He was. It's crazy. Well, we're actually 5-on-5 here. We haven't said that a whole lot in this game. There's been a ton of penalties, close to 20 in this game.
You say it 3 times, Ben. It's like Beetlejuice. You say 5-on-5 3 times, we're going to get a penalty in this game. Oh, no whistle. We almost got one.
That was clean. That was clean. That was a really good. I thought that was a really good hit, and it was by Carrera. And he got everything on that hit. Watch this hit. It'll be on the right side, right there. Boom. I mean, that's a beautiful play. And again, to me, that's him in his game, the evolution of his game. And as we've talked about the years that we've seen St. Mary's here on the prep and been around their team and talking to Brian and some of their guys, I mean, I noticed it right away in him the first couple shifts today. His skating, his positioning, the first pass. You always talk about that with defensemen. It's so critical, and getting your team up ice. And he's a really good D, man. He's one of the best defensemen the state's got.
Could be an on-man rush for St. Mary's. Charlie Roberts' pass, tipped and saved by Clark. Follow-up try, saved again. We'll be back here for Flint Powers in Warren D. LaSalle on Wednesday.
Yep.
Doubleheader of hockey coming up on the prep on Wednesday. Trenton Catholic Central as well.
What time is your game down river?
I believe it's at 6. I should know what time.
Are we at the same time?
I don't believe we are. I believe there is an hour-and-a-half difference. I believe the game, one of the games at 6, the other at 8:30. I apologize for
ours
that.
is at 6. The one here is at 6.
So St. Mary's, or for CC Trent, will be at 7:30.
All right. Well, that's good then. You get doubleheader of puck. Evan, you're with Alex, and I'll be with my guy Fred Pletch. So yeah, that'll be cool. That'll be a fun Wednesday night.
And of course, the more hockey to come. Couple of St. Mary's games on the 3rd and 7th.
Yep.
And you saw that Eisenhower Romeo game that'll be on January 31st. And you can email us, theprepsports@gmail.com, if you're interested in any sports coming up here in the wintertime.
Yep.
Hockey, basketball.
Or social media. They're all over. You can reach out there to Chad and all the group.
Today went St. Mary's way.
Sure did.
And we're about to have one more St. Mary's power play because why not? And Sam Beebe's very frustrated.
Oh, boy. Just come unraveled in this game, have the Chargers completely unraveled. Not like their team, but it's happened today. And I liked what you said earlier, Ev. In a month, this game might be a defining moment for their team. I mean, you know, there's the old adage, failure isn't always a bad thing, right? And you can learn a lot. And I think this will be it's going to be a hard lesson for these boys until Wednesday when they play again. But I think in the long run, it'll give Travis Perry and his coaching staff some things to talk about and say, look, you play that way, this is what's going to happen against good teams. You got to keep your cool. You got to play hockey. You got to not cross the edge the way they've crossed the edge too many times in this game.
If you're Flint Powers, this will be a tough pill to swallow, but you would much rather have this happen on January 17th as opposed to February 17th, because this happens in a month or 5 weeks. Your season's over. 3 goals in the third for St. Mary's to salt it away, as Flint Powers has had a steady stream in the box, and we have another interference call. They're going to send an eaglet. They're going to send Evan Stewart. So we'll play 4-on-4. Charlie Roberts, the hat trick. John Brown's got a couple, and he's also been kicked out of this game in this third period. Dominic Pizzo, Daniel Ramos, the goal scorers for St. Mary's. Owen Perry has scored twice for Powers. You said it earlier, Ben.
Yeah.
Flint Powers about to drop their 4th game of the year, and weirdly, they've all been on home ice.
They have. That's very odd, but that's what's happened. Played Heartland, played Howell, that Liggett game, and then here today. So, yeah, it's very strange. I'm going to make my way down and get ready for RG the game. I'm going to give the guy with a hat trick the hat.
There we go. And then maybe he can throw it on the ice. Under a minute to go. Defending Division II champion Flint Powers on home ice. About to drop one to defending D3 champ St. Mary's. A game defined by chippy intensity. A game defined by St. Mary's taking advantage of the third period, where they score 3 times. Flint Powers killed off a ton of penalties in the second, but it all caught up with them in the third. Under 25 seconds to go. Looking to tie up in the corner. And you're also hoping, too, we don't get any silly stuff once the game ends. But a heart-checking game. Flint Powers, one of the finest offensive hockey teams in high school in Michigan. But today, they were just flat rattled from the time they dropped the puck. A St. Mary's statement in Flint. A 7-2 demolition of Flint Powers. And the defending state champion Eaglets put their stamp on a statement win. We'll hear from number 3, Charlie Roberts, in a moment. Before we do, we'll take a quick break. You'll hear from Ben Holden and Charlie Roberts, and a wrap-up of the broadcast after this. St. Mary's takes down Flint Powers by 5.
The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move. And it's out of here.
My dad and my grandfather are officials. I've grown up around officials and seeing how much they enjoy being part of the games. As a student athlete, I've always appreciated the people out there who are willing to give back to the kids. The Legacy program lets me officiate while I'm still in high school, working younger kids' games. Officiating gives me a better understanding of the game. I get to make some pretty good money for a high school kid, and I even get to spend some quality time with my dad. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
As the voice of Michigan student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports are supposed to be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
in which interscholastic athletes can thrive.
We believe athletes should be competitive,
Sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe students in the stands should have fun.
but not take the focus away from the game.
We believe that coaches should act as teachers.
Helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
And supportive of their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports.
And respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports.
while keeping a high level of respect between all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game.
When you score a hat trick, you get to be our G of the game. Charlie Roberts is with Ben Holden.
All right, G-Brand USA, G of the game. There's the hat. Charlie Roberts, after he scored the hat trick, was motioning for hats to come on the ice. So there's your hat, young man. Go ahead and put that on for official purposes there.
Yeah, thank you.
How big was this win for your team?
Oh, huge. Yeah, out there having fun. It was just really good to bring it home. Yeah, really good to finish it.
3 goals in 38 seconds. You had 2 of those. What do you recall from the 2 you had in period 3?
Just good passes all around. Just got the pucks, put it on net, went in, picked my spot. Yep.
I was really impressed at you guys being from the line and in, the way you guys got to the paint all night. I mean, that was certainly something you did, I think, on every single goal tonight.
Yeah, no, that coach is big on that. Always just go to the net, right? Can't score if you don't go to the net. So we just really try to get bodies to the net, pucks to the net. That's what we do.
What kind of statement is this from your team here, coming in here, winning this game by 5?
Yeah, take us serious, right? Like, we're a team to play. Like, I know we got some shady losses, but we're going to bang no matter what, no matter who it is. So.
Was this the most intense game you played in so far this year?
Yeah, this one, probably the CC game. It was pretty close. So great atmosphere. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
All right, well, we'll see you guys later in the year.
Yeah,
Thanks for this. Enjoy the ride home.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
All right, Charlie Roberts, our G of the game. And he's got a little cheering section down here. Had to give him the hat. He deserved it. 3-1, 8 shots in the game. And really that 3-goal and 38-second span there in the third period, Evan, was really what put this one away for St. Mary's here today.
Heck of a performance by the defending Division III state champions. St. Mary's, a heck of a couple of days. They beat Trenton at home 10-2 on Thursday, and then they turn it back around and beat Powers 7-2 in a chippy hockey game on this Saturday late afternoon. A lot of hockey coming up on the prep. We got that doubleheader coming for you on Wednesday, Catholic Central at Trenton, and we'll be back here for De La Salle at Flint Powers, and we'll also have Country Day at Flint Powers here the day before Valentine's Day in St. Mary's on February 3rd and February 7th. That Pink in the Rink game on the 7th against Brother Rice, always a special one. Heck of a hockey game, heck of a matchup today in St. Mary's. A 5-goal win, 3 goals in the third to pull away from Powers. For our entire crew, led by our fearless leader, Chase Kaufman, behind the scenes today. And for my broadcast partner, Ben Holden, Evan Stockton saying so long from Flint and 801 Sports Complex. We're in front of a big crowd. St. Mary's, as their captain just said to Ben, pay attention to us. Boys, we will pay attention. So long from Flint.